when people look at me, they look at the physical me, and they think, oh, well, she's pretty, she must think this way, or she must be this way, or she must act this way, and which is really I'm gonna say 99.9% of the time is incorrect. Like, it's wrong. Like, I'm not that person. So I just want people to know to be who you are, and it sounds cliche, but just be you, and trust me, people will love you, and people who don't love you, then they don't love you, and fuck them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I've never really cared about what people thought or how people felt about me, which is what makes me confident, what makes me, you know, it gives me the strength to move on.
So I have a lot of emails, and I've had a few videos about coming out story. So is there something that you can share with the younger viewers that are kind of going out or going through that, and what you kind of did and what you went through to make it a little easier, or trials and tribulations that you could share, I guess?
You can't really prepare anyone for coming out the closet, because every situation is very, very different. I was very close with my mother, and when I came out to her, she pretty much took it as her fault, and we stopped talking for about a year, and I never ever thought that it would happen. So, like, you can't really prepare people for coming out the closet, because every situation is very, very different. So all I can say is surround yourself with people who care about you, and people who won't judge you, and people who will have your best interests at heart. And those are the people that are going to support you no matter what. And
did your mom end up coming around?
She did. It wasn't that we stopped talking because she was like, she's disgusting, oh my gosh, she's gross. But it was like, she didn't understand it. She didn't get it. And I was too afraid to talk to her about it. And so her friends had to, like, sit her down and say, look, like, your daughter is still your daughter. She hasn't changed. She's still her. Like, she's still the perfect girl that you raised her to be. So once she realized that, she slowly but surely came around. But every situation is very, very different.
Very true.
So you can't really prepare anybody for it. Some people, parents, never ever want to speak to them again. So I was fortunate to have a mother who, like, embraced it after a year and a half.
But the fact is that it took her mom time, and it takes people time. So for those of you out there that are kind of going through it, like, well, I told my mom and now I'm kind of going through this thing. Sometimes, like I said in the other thing, it just takes people time to come around and to accept it, because sometimes it's them, not you, that has to deal with reality and deal with something that's different than what they're used to. So I think that, I mean, you just give people time, and they'll come around, and they should come around and love you. And if not, if they don't accept you, then, like I said before, they probably don't deserve to be in your life. Because, I mean, if CJ's mom didn't come around, she's missing out on this wonderful person, right? And that's how you should feel about yourself. And that's how I feel. But my mom went from being weird to trying to help me pick up girls at Hooters. You know, so it's like, you never know.
But you know what? It's also a thing of either people, and I was explaining to someone earlier, like, people accept you for who you are, or they don't accept you at all. It doesn't matter how good you are at your job. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are. It doesn't matter how talented you are or how athletic you are. If people are going to like you, they're going to like you, period.
Right.
Like, if they don't like you, they just won't like you. And that's something that they have to deal with them in themselves. And once I learned that, and once I realized that, it was just like, okay, well, if people like me, they like me. If they don't, they don't. And that's the state that I'm in right now. Like, if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't.
We're too grown to sit here and worry about other people's feelings.
Absolutely.
And like how they feel.
Like, life is way too short.
Way too short.
Way too short. So
we gotta just love and please ourselves. Anyways, well, I'm glad you guys got to be my ex-wife. Well, we're not exes. We're separated.
Yes.
But I still love her. She's out here in Vegas. Come to Vegas and party with us sometime, you guys, because I'm back and forth. I try to be. Anyways, love y'all. Peace.